well, the expansion has come out, and I pretty much no-lifed the first day of it. I played a ton, I made a lot of progress, and I ran into a ton of open world PvP. There's a lot of people playing right now, and the new zone is absolutely packed, and a lot of people are flagged up. If you wanted to, you could pretty much just open world PvP the entire time in this new zone right now, because there is just a constant influx of players coming through here. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I was honestly fighting about half the day open world and then the other half of the day just trying to get some progress done, and I wasn't picking fights with people. I was only fighting defensively, and there was still so much to do. But open world PvP aside, I am quite enjoying how the re-gearing aspect of the expansion is working. Removal of the expertise system was really nice. Honestly, expertise kind of sucked, and just going out there and leveling my guy up to 65, getting drops that are kind of relative to my level without having to just go through this incredibly grindy system is really nice, especially considering how many cool artifact items we get. I feel like with Buildcraft coming into the future of New World, it's going to be about switching builds to play all kinds of different setups that you want to focus in different areas. I want to say like niche setups, but I think that is just what Buildcraft is finding a bit of a niche and then building around it to make it effective for yourself. And I really like the addition of artifacts for that specifically. So yeah, re-gearing in general seems a lot easier. One of the things that I also noticed is that there's a bunch of new name drops, and these name drops have 2 guaranteed perks and then a 3rd random perk. And you can actually go to a gypsum kiln and change that 3rd perk using a whole bunch of the new dark matter materials that take quite a bit of time to get, and of course a weapon matrix, but you can change those perks to whatever you want them to be in the final 3rd perk slot. You just get to pick it based on the crafting material. So I guess, long story short, it's just really easy to put together a good build now, and really easy to go after a specific setup instead of having your grind be so RNG dependent. A really good example is the new Tanglevine set, which drops all over the new First Light zone, and this set gives you physical aversion as well as thrust conditioning as the 2 guaranteed perks. So if you just come to the new zone and you kill stuff here, you loot chests, etc., you should be able to pick up a full set of the Tanglevine gear, which you can then use to make a perfect set of anti-thrust PvP gear with. So yeah, that's one of the sets that I kind of have on my radar right now, but I just love the fact that it's very straightforward. It's like, this is a zone where certain things will drop. You go to that zone, you get your drops, and then you can upgrade them right to 700 if you want, or you can just keep grinding to see if you by chance get the perk you want and you don't want to spend the resources upgrading it. The upgrade itself is going to be expensive, but holy crap, I cannot stress enough how much better this new gearing system is in this patch. And yeah, winning a little bit of 1vx this patch, honestly, a lot of fun, this open world PvP. I would highly recommend if you guys haven't been in here in a while. Now, of course, I was trying to hunt artifacts on my first day, and a question that you guys might have is how hard are they to actually get? Some of them were super easy to get. I got the Jin head wrap on the very first elite chest that I opened. I'm sure that the drop rate on it is not that high, but hey, I lucked out and got that one. And then next, I got the featherweight coat off of the boss that drops it on the very first kill, not even like half an hour later. Again, I think I got pretty lucky on that one. And then I went and finished the main story quest line, finished getting the attuned leather pants, and now I want to work towards grinding some weapons. I think I'm going to go for the musket first, because one of the quests for the attuned pants, I need to kill the boss that actually drops the musket. So I will do my best, I think, to try to farm the rapier out either tonight or tomorrow during stream. And of course, I got some more open world PvP for you guys. Seriously, my 2 favorite things about the patch on the first day, the open world PvP and the re-gearing. Absolutely fantastic. And in all of these fights, I don't know, I'm trying to play kind of defensive, but people keep jumping up and ganking me, and this guy jumped on top of me. I turn around, get some good damage into him, then I start throwing the fire staff stuff down. It looks like we have a friendly here as well. He went an ice spike through and did some great damage, and I just connect that attack, and there's the fireball to finish that guy off. Unfortunately, the enemy mage jumps on top of me, and he ends up going back, and another spear player comes in. This is why the open world PvP, I think, has been so much fun. It's just wild. There's so many people everywhere. You're constantly fighting. You have new people come into the fight, other people that that have been there before maybe respawn and coming back, but once the brawl starts, there's just so many people fighting. I love that kill there, the riposte off the arrow to get the downed player. Oh, absolutely fantastic. And then I pop my stone form here just to give me that healing. Thankfully, this guy doesn't connect with a lot of his moves there. And I do manage to land some damage with the fire staff, get him with the burnout, and I miss that heavy attack. And this guy ends up running back and forth a little bit. One thing I do notice this patch is that I haven't been using the new potions, but I do definitely think that the Healthy Toast perk that gives you the percent-based healing whenever you drink a mana potion is going to be meta. And I only say that because healing power has been reduced among regular potions and stuff like that quite a bit, but the Healthy Toast perk is still a pretty decent amount of healing, and if you have about 16k health like I do here, I find that the Healthy Toast perk is healing you about half of what a actual health potion would heal you. So that's one thing that I think has helped out a lot with the kind of reduction in healing that we've seen this patch. And here I make a pretty critical error. You can see I get caught by a ton of damage, and my best bet here would be to try to go through them with the burnout, which I do. I get some actually decent damage on this guy, and then I get a little bit too aggressive trying to finish him off and end up blowing my stamina, and this is definitely the downfall. Yeah, taking me a bit of a time to adjust to not having that reduced stamina cost on roll. It's been a while since I played Rapier Fire Staff, and back when I did have that reduced cost. So now let's talk about a little bit of the bad. Number one, the performance very early on in the day, within like the first 3 or 4 hours that the patch came out, was super bad. It got a lot better, and I actually quit running into a lot of the major issues that I was running into, but initially there were so many people in one area, everybody is trying to log in, and it made it really hard to get in fights and stuff early on because, yeah, you guys saw in that clip there how everything just kind of froze. Initially as well, when the patch came out, I crashed a whole bunch trying to load into it. Eventually I did get in, but I was pretty worried I'd get swamped by the queue. And then when I did get in, I hadn't purchased the expansion, so I had to log that back out and log back in. Thankfully, I beat the queues really early on, but was it super worth it because of all the lag? I'm not really sure. Either way, I do think that these are issues that hopefully should go away within the next few days, or at least get better. We'll keep an eye on it. And another issue that I saw quite a bit of were some quests that require you to do a certain interaction with something, and the cooldown is shared amongst everybody there, so people weren't able to get the quest done if there was a lot of people there because you had to wait one at a time to kind of like place something on the ground to lure a monster. And yeah, those are some quests that I just skipped. I didn't end up doing. Thankfully, the main storyline doesn't have any quests like that, so you shouldn't run into that issue if you just want to do the main story. So those other quests, I do plan to come back and just see how things go. And here is such a good example of that early performance just being so bad. And I basically had the kill on that guy, and then I ran into huge amounts of lag. Everything starts chopping, and he just manages to walk away because I can't really do anything to stop him. But yeah, lots of people running the flail too. I haven't seen anything too crazy out of the flail for an offensive build, but I did run into quite a few tanky flail players. I'll be honest though, I feel like Rapier does a good job countering flail, but Rapier does a great job against any melee weapon if you play it right against them, I think. So yeah, very, very common to see that Sword and Shield Lifestaff flail tank, and this is a build that I'm not crazy excited to see a lot of in PvP. I don't love fighting healers all the time. On the plus side though, those healing changes are definitely noticeable when I'm fighting by myself because I feel like my opponents aren't always at full health. With Fire Staff covering so much AoE, I was actually able to get like some good chip damage even into the more bulky players during my time. So yeah, PvP balance in general I think felt pretty decent. That being said, like I mentioned earlier, we're not at the stage where we have access to all that 700 gear. We are also missing the potions. Not everybody has those new regen potions. I myself wasn't running them either, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. And the last thing that I want to talk about, and possibly one of the coolest and best things about this patch, you get crazy good drops for killing players in PvP. Yeah, like gold items, 1 out of every 3 kills. I'm not even kidding. thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm going to bring back the New World Top 5, so if you have an awesome clip that you want to send in, you can send that to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. Check out my website, pvpnewworld.com. I've got a bunch of different written build guides, and I will be adding a ton more as this new expansion continues to roll out, and I play some more builds. I'll be streaming live on Twitch as well, so if you guys want to catch that, there's a link to my Twitch down below for you. And of course, a big thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring the show. If you guys want to keep yourself safe on the internet, you can. There's a link down below to give you a deal on your first purchase. And a big thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon who have supported the show. Thank you, everybody, just for tuning in and watching. I hope that you're looking forward to more. I will be streaming a lot. I'll be putting out videos a lot right now. So, yeah, hit that sub button if you're looking for some fun stuff. Have a good one, and I'll see y'all next time.